Yeah, it's your turn.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Lady Layer. You guys, we are actually live today, and so if you guys hear us talking to the chat, it's because we are live. But yes, thanks for
Hopefully
having
you
us.
guys are watching us live, so
Right.
you know the
Shout out to those who caught the live. We did not announce it, like we said. You never know. Surprise!
right.
So you gotta have your bell notifications on YouTube so that you can be notified as soon as we go live. Something will pop up on your screen. So go to the bell notifications and click all. So every time we post something or every time we go live, then you'll get a little notification. So we're just gonna jump right in. We're gonna kick it off with Traitors. So this week on Traitors, y'all, I don't know what the heck Danielle was doing. That the main event was what the heck was Danielle doing? I feel like it was like she was like nervous or something, so she just kept running her mouth.
Right. I feel like she wants to get back at Rob so bad that she's not paying attention to the stuff that she's doing. Cause like at the beginning of the episode, she was so mad at him and like, and then like her throwing out the other girl too. Like
I did not understand. Why are you coming for Caroline? First of all, you and Caroline was on the same page as far as like we got to get Rob out. We just got to make sure we do it in the right way. Why would you go for Caroline and verbally tell people like that? I did not understand at all. I'm just like, why?
Right.
And when you call, I feel like when you call out people and you don't have like a valid reason, it puts a target on your back too.
Right. And then too, like at the challenge, like why not just sit back like Rob and Caroline? They wasn't jumping to put it out there. Like you could have just chilled, but no, you keep winning and giving your stuff to other people. Like you have no fear of being eliminated. Like it didn't make sense.
Yeah. I think she's overthinking it so bad that it's causing her to slip up because she didn't even realize what she was doing. Right. After she did it the second time, she was like, oh crap, this is not going to look good. Girl, it never looks good.
No, Dolores called her out. Dolores said, why don't you need a shield? And then she was like, oh shoot.
That's why I'm like, girl, did you forget what game you're playing? You're not. I think she went into Big Brother mode and trying to get friends. And it's like, girl, nobody cares about that. They're trying to look at you and how you're operating, how you move, and the moves that you make determine whether you're a traitor or not. And then it's like, okay, you did it once, but then you did it twice. I would have been like, yeah. So the first time, I just wanted to be nice, but yeah, I got to save myself.
Right. Or just stop. I don't think Rob went up there once or Caroline. She the only one trying to win it for whatever reason. And that always like annoys me when they go and they like compete in those shield challenges because you don't need it. Like just chill. Play the middle.
You want like, the middle. That's the thing. Go to the middle. Like act like you're going for it, but don't actually like get it. Right. Because if you don't act like you need it, they're gonna be like, why don't you need the shield?
Right.
But like getting it is just selfish.
Yeah. Like ride the middle and then you'll be fine. At least they'll think you're putting in effort, like you're really trying, but you just missing it by a little inch. Like,
Unless your target, the person that you actually want to like murder that night, is like actually gonna get it, then I think you should go for it because it'll ruin your plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
then you always, if your target gets the shield, you just push for them to go out on the table because at the table, the shield doesn't matter.
Right, that's true. But sometimes I feel like the people that they murder are people that's like they haven't really done anything to like put them on the table, but it's like they're just too good at the game. Like, but I feel like the people that they murdered, they shouldn't have murdered. I feel like some people is like they're just floating. Like you don't. Why do you care so much to get rid of them? It's bigger fish to fry. Like I would have got rid of different people, but
yeah. Speaking of that, Rob caught on that they was trying to get rid of him, and the way he finessed it to get Nikki out is legendary. How he got them to vote unanimously for Nikki to leave is crazy.
He flipped the whole thing, and you know what? To be quite frank, I am sick of this whole the traitors had to be in the casket story anyway. I'm just like, excuse me, sorry. So now y'all gonna get rid of Sierra? If
Right.
somebody had to be a traitor in the casket, is she the only one left? Like, y'all theory has been wrong this whole
Right.
time.
Right. Listen to they need to figure out who the traitors are and listen to who they're trying to say or who they pissed off with, because more than likely it's another traitor.
Right. I feel
like
like this.
for example, Danielle and Caroline. She already did called her out. So, yeah.
And she's like adamant about it, like, no, I know. And it's like, girl, you're not as good as Rob. So don't try to pull that whole I know for sure thing. Like, no, he finessed his way out of that because his name was called and somehow they forgot all about it.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so have you saw Wags to Riches, right?
Yes, I did see
So
Wags to Riches.
that's like majorly and like all over Instagram right now. Everybody's talking about how bad Sherelle was, and she's just like this mean girl. And then I heard like the whole colorism thing going around with Stoney. Like it's just been a lot of drama. And like honestly, I didn't think it was gonna be that much drama with the show because I watched Selling Tampa and it wasn't really a difference in the way Sherelle acts on that show as to this show. So that's why I was like, it wasn't like super jarring to me because it's like this is who she is. Like she's not being different. But apparently those people who are in the uproar did not watch Selling Tampa.
Right. And I think regardless if you watched it or not, because I watched both shows, but it's not that it was jarring, it was more annoying because it's like you're supposed to be like the leader of the pack. You're the oldest one here and you're acting very immature. And I feel like
Stoney is the oldest one.
Well, I thought what's the name was because I'm sorry, but I don't know. She doesn't look old. She doesn't look old, but she looks older than everybody there. I'll say that. And Stoney to me is a supporting cast member. I didn't know she was actually like a part of the actual like cast.
No.
But anywho, she's supposed to be the leader of the pack. She's supposed to be the big boss that she kept saying. Like that was annoying too. It's like, girl, we get it. We know.
Yeah, that was kind of annoying. Like, girl, if that's really who you are, you don't have to keep telling people. They'll recognize it. Like,
but it all made sense and came together when her and Chad did their premarital counseling. Why she feels the need to puff her chest out and say, I don't need a man for this and that, because in her previous relationships, it was an issue. She relied on men and it didn't get her anywhere. And so now she vowed that she would never do that again. And that's how she leads her life. And I feel like she does have a lot of healing that she needs to do in that area. Now, I'm not a fan of Chad at all, but I don't know if they ever did it. They never even ended up getting married, but
no, they broke up.
I didn't think they needed to get married because she had a lot of stuff going on that would not allow her to fully be a wife, I feel, in my opinion. A lot of her way of thinking is like, well, girl, just be single. Like you don't really want a partnership. Like you just want to be married, but you still want to like have your complete independence. And I feel like when you're coming together with someone, that should not be the focal point. Like you should be wanting to come together in partnership. So
but I feel like he was the one pushing for the wedding. Like he's the one who initiated every conversation about the wedding. Like I feel like she would have been good just being engaged.
I agree, because she didn't want to really bring the money together. Now I'm with her on that. You ain't finna get no 25% of my business. I established this long before you. Now, granted, I do think he did bring her a lot of deals, but that doesn't equate to you getting 25%. I can give you a percentage of the deals that you give me, but my entire business, absolutely not. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Especially when he's not trying to give up nothing from his podcast. Like it's the same thing. You make a lot of money off your podcast. I make a lot of money in realty. So we both gonna be giving up portions of our money makers. It needs to be equal.
But overall with the show, I think the whole Stoney storyline was just a bit of a reach. Like she explained in the beginning of the thing, it was a relationship gone sour and she was exposed. It wasn't like she was a streetwalker. And I feel like the picture was painted that she was a streetwalker and all these things, and she was doing all these things, whatever. And I'm pretty sure everybody there had a past and things that they've done, and including Sherelle. And so I feel like just honing in on that was a bit much. It was mean. Like, I feel like a lot of it was petty. I agree with what was her name? Was
Which
it
one?
Portia? She
You
was
talking
the one
about?
that was pregnant but didn't tell nobody to the very end.
Oh, Sade.
Sade. She was like,
Portia.
everybody want to be the same. They all like, it's weird. Like, I feel like it was very cliquey. It was like one person on this person, and everybody's kind of like, except for the lady with the locks. I feel like she had her own mind, and she was willing to go against the grain. She didn't care if everybody agreed on this side. She still spoke her mind and was honest.
Well, the thing is, too, she's the only one who didn't work for Sherelle. Like, what's his name?
MJ,
the rapper.
Ashley.
Yep. MJ, Ashley, the other girl who was pregnant, they all work for her.
Yeah.
And Portia, they all was
Portia
like,
too?
Who's Portia?
Portia's the one that was pregnant, but she was showing more. Oh no, you talking about
okay, Portia. Yeah. She does. Yeah. She worked for her too. The only ones that didn't work for her is the girl who was married to the guy with 9 kids, who she's about to have his 10th kid and is so proud. I didn't understand that.
Crazy. And her mama was giving kind of like, oh, she had a rough life, but she was speaking the word at the end.
Yeah, no. That was, listen, the mamas on this show was wild. Like the MJ's mom, she was like, she used to be a madam.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, God.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what you think about that fight that happened between, I don't know what the white girl's name was, and the other girl who used to work for Sherelle?
Yes, Jules.
Yeah, I think that Yes Jules was right. The girl came over, she was rowdy, she had her hand in her face. Like, what did you expect was gonna happen? Like, I'm gonna defend myself. Like, you're literally like coming in my space, you're putting your fingers in my space. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm not just gonna sit here and let you punk me. Like, and then y'all called me over here. Like, I don't know. I just feel like she should not take all the faults in that situation.
No, I don't think she should take all the fault. But for the physical altercation, it's her fault because she put hands first. So on these reality shows, everybody knows you can get in each other's face, you can talk crap, and we've seen on these other shows. You don't know, like some people follow the whole rule of use your words, but then there's other people who don't have that in them to only use their words. They like to use their hands. So when you approach somebody, now this I do agree with. If you approach somebody, then you have to deal with whatever comes with that. Like when you get into
when you like this in my face.
And first of all, they shouldn't have been sitting next to each other. That was not a good idea.
Well, Jules came up, she didn't know what was going on. Like they literally are yelling her name across the restaurant. So she's like, well, let me go over here and see what's going on. She doesn't know what's going on. So she's sitting next to the girl who's talking about her.
And then the girl was on 10. It's like, you don't know this girl. I agree with, not I agree, but like I understand, like you've seen some stuff online that you don't agree with and you don't really want to associate yourself with this person, but you just walked up. You're not a real member of the group per se. And if you hadn't had any interactions with this girl. So you really don't got to talk to her if you don't want to. She's sitting at a whole other table. So if you she really didn't have to bring it up.
And because she's not on the cast, if she didn't want to have a conversation with her, she could have said, oh, let me get up. I was just about to leave. Like,
so I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that. But Jules should have never put her hands on the girl. Now that's where she messed up.
Supposedly Jules is saying Sherelle put her up to it, the girl who did it. And Sherelle's like, she don't even work for me. I don't even talk to that girl. I would not have put her up to get into a fight with her, blah, blah, blah. Like, girl, so much back and forth about this show, like on Instagram is crazy.
I mean, she could have, but then Jules, a lot of this stuff is just like, I didn't know who she was before this show, but apparently she got a lot of drama in the media about her being a culture vulture, and all the stuff that the girl was saying is stuff that's out there. And I get it. You bring a man on the show with you that's people are up in arms about on the internet of him being racist. And it's like, you bring him with you and then you bring all your other Snow Bunny friends. And it's like, what are you trying to do? You want to be on this side, but then you're trying to, like, what are you taunting us? Like, what are you trying to put us in another predicament? Like, what are you trying to do?
So, I didn't get her bringing the guy who was saying like racist stuff, and they already talking about that you like our culture vulture. That didn't make sense to me. especially because you didn't have to. Just come to the volleyball game or don't. Like,
or you could have just brought your girlfriends. Like, you didn't have to bring this person, especially when everybody know you hang out with black guys all the time. Where your black friends at now? All of a sudden, you got to bring this guy. So I get why the girls are turned off by her, because a lot of the stuff that she was doing is just like, you didn't have to do all that. And the whole her posting a t-shirt with the N-word on it, talking about, can I wear this? Like, girl, you knew that was gonna be a no. Like, you just doing stuff for attention and it's not landing. So yeah, I wasn't a fan of hers anyway, but I feel like the show just had a lot of unnecessary drama.
Well, they trying to get season 2 because Selling Tampa did not get a season 2. So
I feel like Selling Tampa should have got a season 2.
It definitely should have. I like Selling Tampa better than I like Wax or Riches, but
same.
I mean, like the networks love drama, so I feel like this probably will get them the second season.
Yeah, that's true. It's giving way more drama, so maybe I don't know, child.
Yeah. All right, so let's get back into our regularly scheduled shows. So, Love and Marriage Huntsville. It was a lot of stuff going on this week too. Yeah, so they started off with Destiny and Sunny arguing, and like I feel like Nell was definitely like instigating on this.
She was.
She was. Nell, this is your bridal shower, whatever you call it, your bachelorette party. Like, don't you want to just have like a chill time? Like, stop instigating. Like,
she wanted to keep up the mess. She liked the mess.
Right. So obviously they arguing about Moses and her and Sunny is going back and forth about whose man that is and blah blah blah. And it's like, look, we know this is Sunny's man because she's married to him. Like, at this point, you are dating Nell's son. So who cares when they started dating? Who cares about them being together? Like, you've moved on, he's moved on. Let's move on with this storyline. Like, come on.
I know that's how you feel, Katrina, but you guys tell us in the comments, what do you think? Should Destiny let this go? Or does she have the right to feel some type of way that she has to look at this woman every time she steps into her friend group? Now, I feel like at some point she will have to get over it. She does have to accept the fact that they have hired this girl on this show. She's going to be around. She's going to be there. That's something that she has to accept. Do I blame her for getting irritated every time she see this girl? Absolutely not. Because it's not even, it didn't just stop at what happened and how things transpired. Now things are online and they're going back and forth. And now the storyline, it continues. You know what I'm saying? So if I was her, I don't know that I would just be able to sit there and act like we're all cool and just be sitting in the same circle as her. No, I don't like you. And you said a lot of things about me, and it wasn't like, oh, we're just happened to date the same guy. Like, I had a relationship with you, whether she likes to admit it or not. They had a relationship with each other, and the way that her relationship started with her now husband had to do with me. So no, I'm not cool with it.
So I just feel like if they have all these other issues, like, talk about that. Like, it's always the same argument. Like, it's tired.
Talk about like, what's the other issue?
Like, I mean, but okay, so she's mad. Like, it's the same thing. Like, we know you mad because you feel like they dated while y'all was together. We know you mad because that was your man and you feel like you introduced them and whatever. Like, all the points have been out. All the points have been argued. Like, what else? Like, she's been on this. It's been what, I don't know if it's considered 2 seasons, but technically she's been on for 2 seasons. Like,
well,
they took the
one
break.
Season. It was all in the same year, but that don't change her feelings.
Time. Like, she could record those. They don't have to talk. Like,
you think you would be able to do it?
She could take her own advice. Like, she's like,
you think you would be able to do it?
Yeah, I'm people out like all the time, girl. Keep it cordial and keep it moving, okay?
It's not the same. I don't know. We will just have to agree to disagree on that one, because I just feel like if I had a relationship, I'm just thinking about the whole, like, she knew this girl. I think it would be different. I don't know, Destiny. Destiny probably could be petty all the way around. But for me, if it was just this girl is now married to an ex, cool. Like, we didn't have no interactions with each other. You don't owe me anything. Like, we was never friends. But I think the conditions of how everything started is why. And because nobody cares. Like,
but how do we
literally,
know the extent of Destiny and Moses' relationship? She didn't even bring him on the show. Like, we don't even know that man.
But nobody denied, nobody, including him, denied that they didn't have a real relationship. Nobody.
Yeah, but that don't mean that, like, were they like about to get engaged? Clearly the relationship wasn't exclusive because Sonny's not the only one that he was dating while they was together. I'm just saying, like, if you're not exclusive, do you really have that deep of a relationship?
They were in a relation. Okay, regardless of the fact of if they were in a relationship while Sonny met him, they had.
I'm not even just talking about Sonny though, because they're saying that he was dating other people while they were together.
He cheated on her. But what I'm saying is Moses did not deny the fact that him and Destiny were in a relationship. He did not deny that. So is that what we're talking about?
I'm talking about them being like exclusive, like it being.
They were in an exclusive relationship. He doesn't deny that. He never denied that. Okay. Now he said, I was never with her. If he said that, then we got a whole other issue. But no, he never denied the fact they went on double dates with some of the other couples in the group. He was there, he just wasn't on the show.
I don't remember that part, so let's just agree.
Well, you can go back and look, but what the main point is, you're saying that they weren't in an exclusive relationship. He never denied that they were not in an exclusive relationship. Sonny said at the end they had been broke up. Now that could be true, where they was already broken up, but before, whatever. But anywho, so then we move on after the bachelorette party.
Hey, Brand.
We get to the wedding. Well, the pre-wedding, they're getting ready.
Yes,
and they're all in the room talking. And Nell, I'm like, Nell, you just let them see it all. I was really surprised by that. She just let it all hang out. She had her grades, and she just showed it all. I said, okay.
Well, I was proud of Denise because Denise said what I was thinking. That why you going so hard for this man, and you with Lance? What is Lance? Chopped liver?
But Nell was understanding. She's like, it's not the fact that she wants to be with him; it's the fact that this girl is constantly in her face, and I understand that. So I think that's what it was more about, because I don't know. I will say this. I do think that Destiny is still in love with Moses. I will say
I do too. I think that's why she's so hurt. She wants to still be with him.
She's absolutely hurt. She's absolutely hurt.
And that's why she don't want to be around Sonny.
It's for sure. For sure. She's hurt on both ends. She is hurt by her. She is hurt by him. She's hurt by the entire situation. And I think it really pisses her off that nobody cares. They keep inviting this girl. They like, oh, girl, it'll be fine. Like, nobody cares. And so, but I think that she likes Lance, but I think that the relationship her and Moses had with that on and off, when you had that one boo, it's just like, y'all be together, y'all don't be together. It's just on and off. That was her guy. But now he's married. So that's no longer an option for you.
Yeah, because I guess they was friends for like 15 years. Now, I can see Destiny's point of the fact that they was friends for so long, and she feels like we've been friends for 15 years and you betray me. Like, I've been here for you all this time and you betrayed me.
Held you down while you was locked up.
Right. Now, I get it from that angle. Yes. Yeah. Why she's so upset.
Hurt. However, I think that's just the bottom line, is she's just hurt. And when you're hurt, you can't shake that.
But I feel like that's between her and Moses, though. Like,
well, Sonny inserted herself.
Sonny said that she was not her friend. I don't owe you nothing, girl. We ain't friends.
I don't believe her, though. Now, I believe that Destiny probably valued her friendship more than Sonny did, clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly. But I think she's like downplaying how much they hung out with each other.
She could be. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, so why is Chris dressing like Liberace? Like, who's doing this? He looks like a mariachi singer every time he on the show, like these sparkly shirts. The wedding outfit was bedazzled. I'm like, come on, Chris. Like, tone it down.
I said, oh, you really picked that out, huh?
Right. And I swear, I hate a white tux. I hate a white tux. a light tux. Like, leave that to the woman. Wear your nice colored suit for your wedding. Like,
I don't mind a white tux. I feel like if it's done right, I don't mind a white tux. But
I just
that
feel like
was not a white
don't
tux.
never be looking. No, that was like a silver tux.
Yeah, that was not. It was embroidered.
Yeah, it had so much going on.
Trim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has so much going on. It couldn't be white. But I feel like when men wear white tuxes to weddings, it'll never be looking white anyways. It always look like a little off white, look a little dusty. That's why I don't like the
really
white.
Nice ones. I've seen really nice white tux. Like usually how I see it is like the white jacket with the black pants. And
now I'm okay with that.
A little ankle out.
Yeah.
And a little black lapel.
I don't like the ankle out, but I do like, I could do the white jacket with the dark bottoms. That's fine. But the white jacket and the white pants is too much.
No, I don't like it. I don't like the white jacket and the white pants. Nope. If that's what we talk about correction, I don't like it either. I feel like
I talk about the whole suit is white. It looks,
I don't like that.
tacky.
I don't like that either. You got to break it up somewhere.
Right. Yeah, let the woman have a white dress. You could wear a white jacket. That's fine if you really a virgin. Right.
So in the dressing room, Nell and the daughter, or who's she talking to?
The Chris, daughter and the niece. Yeah.
Yeah. And they were talking about the seating arrangement. No, when Chris came in, she's like, I need you to make sure Mel is not sitting next to Martell, because Mel has made it very apparent that she doesn't want to be in his presence. And she's asked that people respect that, whatever. So they had to make sure that they had separate seats. And so in the seating arrangements, Mel ends up on one side, everybody else ends up on the other side. And so as they're sitting there, Mel sits down, Martell decides he has an epiphany about their marriage. And he's just like looking at her, like staring at her, kind of creepy, like, like, why are you staring at her? And all of a sudden he's just like, I do think about, this could have been us, it should have been us, and da, da, da. Like, bro, it's beyond too late for that. Like,
right.
And I should have thought about that.
Everybody else was so upset by where Melanie was sitting. Like, why y'all didn't get why she's over there by herself? Like, y'all just assuming that she's trying to isolate herself. It's like, no, like, why would she want to
be by him?
Right. And I think they even have like a restraining order against each other. So like, what? From the whole tape thing, I feel like they have like some kind of order where they can't be by each other, or they try to make it to where they only talk about the kids. So it's like, why would you expect them to be sitting next to each other or even on the same side? Right. And she don't get along with Destiny, so why is she gonna be sitting by Destiny? She barely get along with Kimmy and Tisha.
Right. And then she said the same thing. She was like, they all sitting over there with Martell. It's like, girl, you just got here too. You don't know. Like, first of all, Kimmy and what's the name was the first ones there. So when you come in a room and you see somebody, you sit next to them. And I feel like on that side, that's pretty much what happened. And Mel ended up on the other side because probably somebody told her, like, we have a seat for you in the front right here.
Yeah.
To make sure she didn't sit next to him. Yeah. But it's like, girl, you ain't cool with nobody over there for real anyway. Why would they come sit by you? So I feel like vice versa. It's like, we are where we are,
Right.
But I do agree with what she was saying. She was like, wasn't he just getting into it with Marcel? And now they just all like talking and act like nothing didn't happen. I was like, yeah, that was a little weird. But I guess Marcel said he wasn't trying to ruffle the feathers.
He wants to be an adult. Right.
Now, Martell seems to say that him and Mel speak off camera. Like, she only acts like this when the cameras are turned on. Do you believe that?
No, I think if they talk, it's only about the kids. I don't think she want anything to do with that man. And I
agree. I agree. I feel like he lying about that one. He like, she only act like this when we around the group. Like when we cool with each other. I'm like, I don't see that.
Martell is delusional.
I think he is actually very much delusional when it comes to Melody because no. I'm sorry if y'all can hear my son in the background. He just wants to sit by the door and kick his feet. So my apologies if you guys can hear him.
Yeah. So Trisha and Ken's argument after the wedding. Oh my God. I was like, that, like, they was acting like that. I thought they was gonna break up. I had to go check on the Instagram to see if they were still together. That was a heavy argument, and they still together. They worked something out, but I'm like, dang, like he over here throwing in her face that he paid for everything. Like she would be struggling without him. Like I just feel like, so granted, I get why he's upset, but like some of the stuff he was saying is something that you
It's a
say
low
when
blow.
you're done. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not something that you gonna make up from, because I don't know if I
Yeah.
could be able to forget you throwing that in my face, or like be able to trust you enough to continue to allow you to do those things to me, because I know you're gonna throw them in my face when you get mad. Like,
Yeah, I feel like Ken definitely hit her with the low blows. Now, like you said, I do understand where he was coming from, because she lied about a lot of things and she didn't privy him to anything. I think we talked about this before. It's like, you're bringing me, we're going on this show together and you know these things, and why didn't you tell me? Like, you could have
right.
had conversations with me off camera to let me know, like, hey, this is what's going on. I'm going to have to talk about this on camera. I want to let you know, especially because he's going amongst these guys
Right.
and they're all having side conversations and things, and he's the butt of the jokes. Now, I feel like he handled himself with the men very well, like being put in those situations.
Yeah, I feel like she definitely should have been like, hey, this stuff happened before you, but you gonna be around these people, so I just don't want them to know stuff about me that you don't know. So
And she should have told him all of it.
right. I hung out with Martell and this happened. And then this, like, you know, like, let's not, I'm not going to breadcrumb you. I just need to tell you everything so you know and you privy. That way, when it come up, you can be like, oh, me and my girlfriend, we don't hide nothing. I already know this. Like, y'all not telling me nothing that I don't already know.
Right.
Like,
it
that
seems
looks
like
better.
a piece of cake, because it's like it was before him. So it's like,
right.
why wouldn't you give him all the information? Even if you weren't going to tell the group all of the information, I feel like you should at least told him everything. Like, so I felt Ken on that one. But I don't agree with what he did at the end. But he ate when he drove off in that Corvette.
Said, baby, y'all over at the apartments. Okay, let me go and get out of here in my Corvette. Okay.
He ate that one up. But also, when he revealed that she texted her ex talking about she would take him back.
Yeah.
I was like,
but that's why he acts the way he do, because she over here giving him false illusions that they could get back together, and he think Ken is keeping him from getting with Trisha, and Trisha is lying to him. Yes. And she probably bored texting him anything, but it's
and
not
it makes
really
sense. It makes sense as to why it's taking her so long to actually go through with the divorce. Are you having second thoughts? I think possibly she could be frustrated at where Marquez is in life, and that he's not doing much to help himself, but she still love that man.
Yeah.
Now I think Mel might have hit that one on the head. I'm gonna have to get at that after that conversation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get at to Mel.
Yeah. All right. Well, next week is the reunion, so we're gonna see how it all wrap up. Child.
Yeah, and they're definitely calling people out on a reunion. I saw a little clip today. I think it's gonna be spicy. Kimmy was coming for Mel.
Kimmy is not holding back.
Everything she did not say when they had that little meeting, she's saying it at the reunion. So
yeah, she was like, I kept it cute on the show, but believe me, you about to get it on this reunion, okay?
And I said, oh, she said, if we were to talk about everything on the internet, we would have talked about your bad butt job or whatever she said. I said, oh, I didn't see that on the internet.
I didn't see it either, so I don't know what she's talking about. But I rarely see Love and Marriage Huntsville stuff unless they go on live or whatever.
Right, because I actually don't follow any of them, so
yeah,
I really wouldn't know.
All right, well, let's get into our Real Housewives of Potomac. Ciao.
Yes, we catching up.
So they culminated the fight between Mia and
Karen.
Yeah, I don't even know why I can't remember Karen's name. Mia and Karen. Right. And like that, listen, the drag show was off the hook. Like, I think Ashley actually did a good job. Like, it was definitely.
She's a very corny dancer, like very stiff. But I think it was very entertaining, especially for the drag show. Like, I feel like it was explosive. I feel like if I was there, I would have been like, I think it was Giselle. She was like, woo! Or I think it was Wendy. Wendy was like,
yeah, money. No, but did you hear Wendy throwing shade talk about, well, her little buff body finally is getting put to use?
I didn't get that part.
She said it in a little confessional. She was like, her little buff body is finally getting put to use.
Now, why would she invite her uncle to that? You knew you was going to expose yourself. Poor Uncle
the
Lump.
uncle and the mama being there. It was weird.
Her mom was excited. Her mom was like, yeah. Uncle Lump was embarrassed. He was like,
right.
Trying not to look.
Right. I did not want to see her little bedazzled titties.
Right. Her auntie was like, her aunt and her mom. Did you see Kate from Below Deck?
Yes. What? That was so random that Kate was there and that Giselle is introducing Kate. Like,
right. I guess they're friends.
What was Giselle and Kate on?
Well, together? You know, Bravo people, they all just know each other. They go to events and stuff like that and meet each other at, you know, the Bravo cons and all that. So I think Ashley and Kate must actually be friends.
Didn't she say that they was on the show together? I thought that's what I heard.
You know what? Maybe didn't they do some type of dating show?
I don't.
There was a show with like Giselle and Ashley. I didn't watch it. I think it was on Peacock.
Maybe, yeah. I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, so that's probably where they met.
Yeah. So then we get to Mia and Ink in this car. Like, first of all, these little car confessionals are getting on my nerves. Her picking him up from the airport. Like,
right.
It's too much. And then like him talking about how he's a respectful guy and all of this stuff. And it's like, sir, you are literally having an affair with a married woman. There's nothing respectful about you. Like, be for real. Like, why are you trying to tell us lies and we watching you be disrespectful? Like, you talking about you gonna take, he already said he don't want you around the kids. You gonna take Jeremiah to the game? Like, is it just y'all or is Mia going to the game too? Because it sounded like you was just trying to take it myself. And then like them trying to discredit this whole like paternity test. And it was interesting because I don't know if you watch What Happens Live after, but her and Quad was on Watch What Happens Live, and Quad was like, no, the home tests are valid. Like, granted, it is at home, it's like a pregnancy test, like, but you send it off to the lab and they confirm the results. Like, there's no way for him to swab his mouth twice, because it would be the exact same DNA, and that's not possible for a child. Like, she's like, I've had to give several home DNA tests to girls trying to say they was my brother's baby mamas, and it wasn't true. So
wow.
Yeah, so she's like, no, those tests are very accurate, and if he's saying that's his son, that's his son. And it's like,
and if you didn't think it was accurate, why wouldn't you go get him retested? You had all this time.
She kept trying to make it seem like she wanted to get a DNA test, but it seemed to me like she's dragging her feet. Like, just do it. If that's your intention. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But going back to the event, I think that's where that happened, where Mia or Stacy starts defending Mia, right?
Yeah, kind of. She goes like after they started talking outside. Yeah,
she goes off on Karen. Yeah, and then that's when Karen kind of got upset with her. Like, she made that comment of, you know, why is she standing by Mia all of a sudden? Like, she's supposed to be my friend. And Stacy's whole argument, well, when it comes to children, I just don't feel like people should be attacking that. I just want to mention that because we're going to talk about it later when it comes up again.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So do we think that Mia should be upset with Gordon for sharing a business when, like, she's the one who brought it to the platform anyways? Like, since the first episode, she's been talking about the whole Gordon Inc. drama with Jeremiah. Like, now all of a sudden, because her lies are exposed, she's upset with Gordon for bringing the business to the show. Like,
no, because Gordon seems like he's trying to get to the bottom of it, and he wants the truth. He's like, you're not going to get on here and act like everything is peaches and cream. No, I don't agree to this. I don't agree to that, because that's the picture that Mia wants to paint. We're one big happy family.
She keeps on like talking about all these episodes, and it's like, I don't know if that would affect his memory. Like, if whatever these manic episodes that you keep trying to say, like, that don't necessarily mean that he's lying about what he's saying, you know?
Right. And granted, we don't know what happens behind closed doors, but at the same time, I feel like of all these years of filming, because the cameras keep rolling.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like production, somebody would have saw something.
Yeah.
Of like, I don't know if he can keeps it controlled by medicine or what, but I don't know.
Well, she be acting like he don't take his medicine, so
yeah, I just feel like there would be some type of evidence of like something. I don't know. I feel like she put intends on it.
Right. The fact that we've seen nothing in the how many years has she been on the show? It's like a little strange that now all of a sudden he's just this out of control bipolar maniac. Like,
right. And then even on Watch What Happens Live, she's like, yeah, you know, me and Ink are no longer together, but you know, Ink is permanent. He's always going to be around. And she's like, yeah, he's
my best friend.
Yeah, he's my best friend. And you know, the show just wasn't good for his image. And you know, he's built a great career for 23 years with the radio syndication show. And
I want to know in the comments how many people have actually heard Ink on the radio.
If y'all live in Georgia, do y'all hear him on the radio as she says that he's so popular that this show is ruining his career? I'm like, girl, if anything, he needs to separate himself with you publicly because the show is not ruining his career. Your mouth and the things that you talk about on the show may be affecting his career, but none of the other people on this platform have anything to do with what he got going on. If you would have never talked about what you was talking about, Gordon never would have been talking about anything, and none of the ladies would even know what's going on. So he needs to separate himself from you, not the show.
Right.
And it seems like that's what he has done. And so she's like, me and Gordon are working on things for the children, but Ink is always going to be around. And does he know that?
If I was Gordon, I wouldn't be wanting to work out nothing with her because she didn't embarrass me, my kids, everything on this show. Like, the kids are fine. They're resilient. Like, I don't even know. Like, I mean, I guess they do want them to be together, but like,
kids. Maybe they don't. Maybe they cool with daddy living down the hall. I don't know.
The little girl, she was like, she want her daddy. She don't want her to be with Ink.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, they do seem to really love their dad, and that's why I'm like, I just don't know. I can't speak on it because I've never dealt with someone that has those issues, but I don't know. The kids don't seem like they've seen anything, but you know what? Kids are always gonna love their parents, regardless. They could be drugged out on the street and they will still want to live with them. So that doesn't really say much. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So we get to Kay and Derek's relationship, and she kind of talked about it briefly before. She cried to the ladies at lunch about how he does not feel in the show and he doesn't really want to be on the show, and she feels like it's ruining her relationship, but she just wants him to support her and blah blah blah. Not blah 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 like that, but you know, that's the reality of the situation. Now, I will say that reality TV is not for everybody. And I feel like, they should have had those conversations before she got on the show. And granted, he might have been like, hell no. And she could have been like, well, I'm doing it anyway. And it's just like, that's what you get if somebody doesn't agree to this. But I just don't like the way that he acts towards her at all, to be honest. Like, his responses to some of the things that they were talking about, I feel like he wasn't handling her with care. And I feel like, you could take a stance on things, but you could still support me as my man. Like, it's like his way or the highway. That's what she was saying. Yeah. And it just definitely seemed
aggravated.
Yeah. I just didn't like his demeanor.
Yeah. But so this is how I feel about the guys on the show. I just feel like the ladies, like, granted, it could be true, like, everything that they're saying about the relationship. Like, I don't know their relationship, but I just feel like it kind of sucks for the guys because the ladies put out these narratives and the guys only get that one time that they film to put out their side. Like, any other time, it's like whatever the ladies say, that's what it is, you know? Right. Like, we don't know what his point of view is. Like, I guess me playing devil's advocate or whatever. Like, we only know what Kiana is saying. And granted, everything she's saying could be true. Like, I mean, he is showing that he's aggravated. He don't really want to be on the show and, like, you know, whatever. But we don't know what happened before they got to that dinner and they just had to film, like, you know, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so he could have been irritated about something else, but it seems
Right.
like his stance has been the same of, I don't want to do this. I ain't here for this. You need to go do something else. You don't need this actually. But I feel like for her, it's something that she cried about it. Like it's something that she really wants to do, and it's hurtful to her because she loves him. She wants her relationship. But I don't think that all that is only stemming from the show. Like she's
That's
even
what I'm
saying,
saying. What we don't know what happens when they aren't filming.
yeah, so what is actually going on in their relationship? And I think what she's trying to say, but not really put him on blast, is like he don't support her, period. Like he wants things done his way. Like he wants her to fit this cookie cutter wife situation. He wants, you know, her to be making dinner. And it's like, this is not the girl that you're with. She runs businesses. I think she has like 2 businesses, and then also she's on the show. And so the show does take up a lot of your time because you're filming around the clock. And so maybe he just didn't really understand the full extent of what he was signing up for. And I think a lot of times the guys on the show, they don't really get what they're really truly signing up for. They think like, oh, I'm going to go on camera a couple times. Y'all going to be filming the house. Cool. But it's around the clock. So his privacy is invaded.
Right.
You know?
But I also feel like with Kiana saying all these things that how she feels about Greg, like I think she really should like think like, okay, if this is how he's acting, like, is this somebody I really want to marry or be with? Like, you know, like, because like right now he's showing you how he feels and how he is. So like, if you don't want somebody who's gonna want you to be at home cooking or want you to only do what they want to do, like maybe he ain't the man for you. Like, girl, get out.
That's not who you are.
Right.
That is not who you are, and that wasn't who he met when he met you. And so for him to try to put you in a box now, but just because y'all live together, it's kind of like, that's what I want her to evaluate. Like, okay, you may love him, but is he truly the man for me? And the fact that he can't support you in the endeavors that you want to do, you support him. I seen her with a shirt on with his company on it, you know, promoting his show or his business and supporting him. And so why can't he do the same for her? Even if it makes him uncomfortable, I feel like you do things for the people that you love if that's what they want to do, you know, sometimes. So I didn't like the way he was talking.
Yeah. So I don't like the way he was talking either, but I do like see a little bit of trying. Like, even though it's not like the rosy, beautiful relationship that everybody else tries to portray, at least he's filming. Like, because if he wasn't going to support her at all, he didn't
go like this to the camera.
Right. So like in a way, he supported her in his own way, but the support that he's giving her is not the support that she needs. So Yeah. So okay, so what about Stacy and her friend at the table? I feel like she needs to listen to her friend because
he know what he's talking about. I love that the friend came.
Right. The friend was like, I don't like him. He ain't for you. Where is the girl from Chicago? Like, you all prim and proper. Like, who is this? Like,
yeah. He's like, I don't know who this chick is. She is not the girl that I used to hang out with around the way.
Right.
She was like, well, he was like, what do y'all even do? Do y'all have fun? Like, she's like, yeah, we go to church. And he was like, well, praise the Lord. But what else? She was like, he's a cornball. And he was like, he's just too animated. And I'm very animated. And he is too animated.
Right. And then I don't like how TJ was like trying to like call him out for like mispronouncing his name. Like, bro, I just heard your name 5 seconds ago. Right. Right.
Forgive me, I don't know you.
Right. Like, it was weird. Like, I don't know. The times he chooses to like be aggressive is like very odd. Like, it wasn't necessary.
Yeah, I completely agree.
All right. So then the show wraps up with Stacy and Mia meeting up for lunch, where I feel like Stacy just threw the whole friendship with Karen out the window.
Trash.
All because Karen didn't want to participate in her dog fashion show.
Right.
Which turned out to be a disaster if you saw them previews. Like, Nobody thought to walk the dogs before the show. Like, I'm just saying, where are the
It was like
PAs?
sabotage. Like somebody gave all the dogs laxatives or something.
It's terrible.
Who fed the dogs?
Man, like,
It was
and
terrible.
nobody, but the least you could do before a fashion show, especially if they're gonna be in a room or in a space, these are shelter dogs. They probably are not house trained. Take them for a walk. Like, that's
Right.
the minimum.
I
Yeah.
felt bad for Stacy though, because when they were even just talking about it, it's like Karen ain't doing it, Giselle don't want to do it. Like,
Right.
it's just like already flopping before it even got started.
Yeah.
But yeah, she, as a new girl, taking such a strong stance like that with Mia and like exposing things that Karen told her, I just don't know if it was the best move. And production is messy because as Stacy is saying all the things that Wendy told her about Karen.
That Karen told her about Wendy. Yeah.
Yes. They pan over to Wendy, like, yeah, Karen is amazing. And she took me with Siri County. So I'm going to take her to the White House with me. I think this will be great. And I'm just like,
right. She's another one. She's another one where I'm like, what she did with Mia shows that she never was planning to be friends with Karen again. Because if that's really going to be your friend, you don't run and tell them stuff, run and tell their op something that they told you. That just shows that you never plan to rekindle this friendship. It's over.
Right. Like, and it seemed very extreme. Like, why couldn't you just let their beef be between the two of them? It's not like Karen like said something really bad about her kids. She made it a whole thing about like, why don't when it comes to the kids and it's like this lady brought up her children's paternity. She made it a topic of discussion.
Right. She is not innocent.
No, at all. And it's just
and if you recall, at the hat brunch or whatever it was called, Karen and Giselle was mad at Mia because of the light she was putting her kids in. They was the one defending Mia's kids. So
yes,
come on.
Yeah, so
listen, I think Stacy's a little slow. I know that's your girl. I don't know. I just feel like the elevator ain't getting to the top floor.
She do be acting a little slow. That's my girl. I like her a lot, but I just feel like you're completely correct. When it comes to TJ, the light is not on. When it comes to picking friends, the light is not on. It's just like who you align with on these shows is very important. You do not want to go against Karen.
Right. Ever. Or Giselle. For that matter.
No, you do not want to go against them. So prayers out to Stacy. We'll see what happens next week.
Right, child, because they're gonna eat her up, especially because she's telling Wendy. I want to see how Wendy is gonna react to this information. Because honestly, I don't think that Karen said that about Wendy. And I feel like when people tell you stuff about your friends that they said about you, like you really have to like consider the character of your friend based on how you take it. Because I was talking to this lady about something, and she was like, listen, if somebody that's not your friend could tell you anything that's true and they don't know you, then that's how you know when your friend is really running their mouth.
Right.
So if Wendy doesn't know herself to be self-centered or has never been self-centered to Karen, then I feel like she should just be like, girl, what are you talking about? Get on my face with this.
Right. Or she could have said it in a different way. Like, when you kind of tell people's character traits or something like that, she could have been like, Wendy is going to make sure she look good all the time. She is very into how she looks, honey. She is very into, and people used to say this about her because she always talked about all the degrees she had. Maybe she was giving her the rundown of the history of the group.
Yeah.
And
hopefully if that was the case, Karen owned it and was like, girl, this is what I said. And it's the truth. Wendy likes to look good. She holds herself in a high regard. That is not a bad thing.
And as a friend, I would not be upset at that because it's like, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Just know I'm going to step every single time you see me.
Right. You ain't ever going to catch me slipping.
Right. Okay, let's move on to Married to Medicine.
Yes.
So Dr. Jackie gets an invite to the White House, and she goes and talks to Heavenly about coming, and Simone is coming as well. And they make their little trip to the White House. And before they go, they have to brief Heavenly and let her know, like, listen, you can't be in there acting crazy. You can't be dropping F-bombs and calling people B-words. Like, we need you to be cool.
Listen, if
And
y'all got to give me all these instructions, do not invite me because y'all don't like. What is? Am I a child? Why are you talking to me like this? I know how to act. I'm a professional. I know how to act in a professional setting.
but it's heavenly.
I know, but I don't think Wendy be cussing and acting crazy like that in her dental office. She act
Heavenly,
like that around them. Yeah, heavenly. Who I
I
say?
think Wendy.
Oh.
Like crossed over a different show. I don't know. I feel like Heavenly lets a lot of stuff slip. Now, do I think she would be at the White House saying, "What's that, B?" like to Kamala Harris? No, I don't think she would do that. However, I also don't feel like giving her a pep talk is gonna change if whether she was gonna do it or not.
That's why I'm like, just don't invite me, girl. If you scared like that, I'll be at home with daddy.
That's why I don't understand Jackie and Heavenly's relationship. Like, I just feel like they're too, like, I know opposites attract, but like, I just don't get it.
I don't either, because if like I feel like Jackie sees Heavenly as a liability, and I feel like she's seeing her more like that more recently. So like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would be a little offended. Like, listen, I'm not stupid.
Right. So yeah, they're getting ready for their trip. All the couples are packing and getting things together. Go ahead.
So wait, before on the way to packing for the trip, I think it was Contessa and T at the house. No, it was the new psychologist and T at the house.
Oh yes.
I need Sweet Tea to stop saying that Quad is jealous of her and she wants what she has, because Quad already didn't have what you had and got rid of what you had. She does not want Gregory. She does not want that house. She don't want nothing. That's why you packing up her stuff, because she don't even want the stuff that she left. Like they've been divorced for years and she ain't tried to get it back. So
I think that makes her feel better. Now, I do think like the snappy things that Quad does say about Greg and stuff is because she don't like that man. That man put her through some things.
Right. But she don't want him back.
At all. You couldn't pay. I don't think you could pay Quad to take him back.
Right. And especially not over King, because King is fine. And Greg looked like a little squirmy little turtle.
Pee-wee head. I hate how he talks. I don't know how she dealt with him for that long, because his voice alone would have took me out. Ooh. I like King. King seems like he has just like a very good spirit. I feel like he genuinely is. He just seems like a very genuine person. Like he just gives you that, like, oh, that's a nice guy.
Right. And he's in it for her.
Yes. He's in it for her. I think he truly cares about her. And I think he's confident in who he is. I see why Quad is like, oh yeah. And she listens to him when he speaks.
She's soft.
Yeah, she's so much softer with him. And I think it's because she truly respects him. I think Greg, a lot of things happened with him where she lost respect for him because the way she talked to him.
It's like night and day. Like
night and day. And I think that is going to, the reason why they get into it is because Greg gets pissed off on how Quad is with him, because Quad is a different woman.
But he messed up because he didn't think that King was really about Quad how he is. And he said some little flippant stuff about Quad, and King checked him. And that's when they got...
Because King ain't playing behind her. That man ain't playing with y'all. Play with him if you want to. It's always the ones who seem meek and mad. It ain't got to say too much, ain't got to do too much. Like when what's the name was like, he's just so smooth with it. She said, oh, I think I got a little makeup. He said, it's okay, we can wash it. And then they said something about him and Greg. He was like, I don't care. Like, it's like, no, like there's no comparison. I am who I am. He is who he is. Like,
I am not at all intimidated by him. I am successful. I am a great person in my own right. Nothing he does bothers me.
I don't think Quad and King are bothered by Sweet Tea at all. Like, it is like apples and oranges.
Right. So then Greg is having second thoughts about going on the trip. And I'm like, I don't understand why he's having I do understand why he's having second thoughts. He don't want to, like, he's more bothered with King and Quad than they are with him. Like,
yes.
And I don't know if he's like fearing that Quad is going to tell Sweet Tea the stuff that she's gone through, but like Sweet Tea is a fan. She's seen what Quad and Greg have gone through. So anything that Quad could tell her, I'm sure she's probably already seen it on the show. She doesn't care. She wants her check.
Yes, she had a one-track mind. She's teaching women how to do what she did.
Right.
Like she's teaching course modules on how to tag you an older man with a little change so you get access to the funds. Like that is her goal.
Right. She's very content with her allowance. Okay.
Yes. Please. Yes. So we get to the trip. Right. So we get to the trip. And I'm just like, I don't understand. I did see clips of, you know, next week and Phaedra's guy is going to come and things like that. Because at first I'm just like, girl, why are you here? Like, first of all, you shouldn't even be on the show. But now you're here on this couples trip and they got to tag you along. All the couples are paired up for events and games and things. And they got to like tag you along to stuff. And then like you talking mess about the ladies and like all the things. So we get to the lunch at the table and everybody's, you know, sitting, got their t-shirts and stuff. And I guess Simone put in everybody's bag a t-shirt that said something about the bunch of bees or something. And so yeah, so they acknowledge that and talk about it.
Why? Like Simone, I feel like
it was corny.
I don't know. I don't know if it's really gonna blow up the way she wants to. I feel like Simone wanted a moment, but like, I think Phaedra is gonna stand on what she said. Like
she already did at the table. She said, "Yeah, that's what I said," and because Quad called it out, and Quad, she loves a monologue, and she, you know, she said, you know, these are such and such bees, and these are such and such bees, and these are such and such bees, and she ate it right on up. But at the end of the speech, Phaedra's standing on business. She's like, and I said what I said.
Right. I paid my money. Okay, I'm not like you, B.
Did she pay?
Yeah. Well, they said Quiet on Watch What Happens Live said that she did end up paying, but she said she paid like a month later, but she did pay what she was supposed to pay.
Because I was wondering, because I thought that would have been the first comeback was, well, we didn't receive no check, so clearly they had received the check by then.
Yeah, that she said that. I think that the Met Gala was in like June, and she got the check in like July.
Yeah, I remember seeing the check stamp for like July something, but.
Yeah, she was like, it was like one of them. Okay, I'm gonna pay you when my money come in or something like that. Right. She did make a joke about it, but yeah, she said that she paid her.
Yeah, so hopefully they don't drag the trip out too much, and we actually get to see some stuff in this next episode. Because according to the preview, child, it's getting spicy.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what this argument about with Greg and King is, because like, when did Greg get so tough? Like, go somewhere and sit down, Pee Wee Herman. We don't care.
So do we think Greg is a little intimidated by Mr. King?
Absolutely. I think that if Quad wanted Greg back, he would be with Quad. Like, he tried to front like he wouldn't. And now that he sees Quad is actually moving on, it just pisses him off. Because Quad ain't showed that she had a man in so many years. And now all of a sudden she pop out. She's so in love. She getting Rolls Royces, something Greg would never give her. And
never. And I think you hit the nail on the head. That is exactly what it is. He's so used to seeing Quad alone and, you know, just tagging along on the trips by herself. And, you know, she hasn't had anybody on the show. Not to say she ain't been dating, but this is the first time she's brought somebody serious enough on the show to bring them on trips and stuff like that. And so now that it's in his face, I don't think he like it. And Quad, where he left Quad where she was at, or when she left him, whatever, however it happened, I don't think he believed that she would land where she landed.
Because she got this big old house. She doing it all by herself. She don't need him. And they just like she never needed him. And that's why he mad, because he likes for his woman to
need him. And I think that's what really irritated him the most about Quad, because possibly when they first got together, yeah, she might have needed him, but she helped him build his business. She helped him with everything he had going on. And then she started to do her own things. And now that she was in her own lane, he couldn't handle it. And I think that's why he likes being with a woman like Sweet Tea, because she wants to like lean on him and like need him and things like that. Of course, she has her own. I think she's a nurse or something. I don't remember what she does, but
I don't know what she
I think she does work or whatever. But she also is very dependent on him. And I think that's what started to irritate him about Quad. Is like, no, actually, I don't need you to survive. And when she stepped outside of that home and landed on her feet, I think it pissed him off even more. Because men who are controlling like that, they like to think that once you release you, you know, whatever, that you're gonna have to come crawling back. And that
right
to her
at all. She said, "Sayonara, I'm never coming back."
And she's been doing well for herself ever since. Like, she's gotten the jobs that she's wanted, the business deals and the things that she had going on. She bought a big, beautiful home on her own. And now she got this man, honey.
Yeah, this fine man. Fine little specimen. Jamaican.
I'm a married woman, but he is a nice looking man.
All right, y'all. Well, that's it for this week. We gonna see y'all Friday. We're gonna be talking about Salt Lake. What is it? Salt Lake, Beverly Hills.
Oh, Roni.
Roni is the first reunion, so hopefully they bring it the first episode. We ain't gotta wait.
Please don't drag it on like Salt Lake, please.
Right. And then what else comes up? What else
Traitors,
comes on
I
Thursday?
think.
Traitors, yeah. Well, we talked about Traitors today. Are we gonna talk
that
about
was Traitors from last week?
Right. It comes on Thursdays. Okay, well maybe Traitors.
Oh yeah. We will have to watch it right before. Yeah, that's
true.
I can't commit to that. It comes on an hour before we film.
Yeah.
So it makes it hard. That's why we usually carry it over to the next week, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see. But we'll talk about anything that's coming on that's hot. So we'll see you guys.
So make sure you guys leave us comments. Please leave us comments. Like, comment, subscribe, and we gotta see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.